Welcome back, MMAOddsBreaker. Today, of course, we have Ryan Bader back on with us again, sitting right now in his home in Tempe, Arizona. Getting ready to fight in UFC 192. Big fight with Rashad Evans.
Yeah,
But nothing that you're not used to. It's not like another high pressure situation that you're going to crack under. This is something we've always done.
yep,
Before we started the interview, we were talking about the Worlds in Vegas this last little bit, and there was something Joe Rogan was talking about on his podcast a while back, where he's talking about how good wrestlers are, and the reason why wrestlers are so good at what we do is because we're miserable all the time. Like every practice is miserable, every weight cut is miserable. Every single leg, every high cross is a miserable position because the guy knows it's coming, our partner knows it's coming, he's going to crush us with it. And we're just used to dealing with misery. So moving into MMA makes it very simple because it's like I'm going to learn how to throw a jab no matter how much it hurts my shoulder because I have to. Do you feel that's pretty accurate?
yeah. We're comfortable being uncomfortable. We know how to get a result, through the work we have to do. And so in a training camp, it's funny. A lot of the wrestlers and non-wrestlers, even I've trained with a bunch, and the thing I see is a lot of the guys with a high level wrestling background, or even a wrestler that stuck it out, through his high school, college days. They have the ability to go through a camp and finish that training camp with the same intensity as they started out. Where, as I feel, a lot of non-wrestlers are all started out hard, and they're all gung ho to get ready and get in shape and put in the work, and then a couple weeks in, their body's starting to hurt and they're starting to get run down. They start taking more practices off, more training sessions off, and I think it bites them in the long run. So you hit it when you're saying that we've been miserable our whole lives training and cutting weight, and we know we do it for a purpose, whether that's to become an All-American, win a state title, and same transpires over to MMA when it's to win a fight. And so I just feel like they have that mental edge.
So, but also too, we step on that line quite a bit of overtraining. We step on that line of oh, it's okay, you're sore, you beat up, you need to take a half day off. We're like, no, screw it, I got to get in and just go. Do you find it hard to kind of imply the science now because we train so hard, you train so hard for so long, you're used to like, screw it, I'm hurt, doesn't make a difference. I'm sore, it doesn't make a difference, but you should be taking time off.
Oh, for sure. That was my biggest thing. Even probably 3 years ago, I was definitely overtrained. I remember one training camp in particular, right before like the Tito fight. I was sparring 5 rounds with a fresh guy, and I was tired and sore and beat up. And since I felt tired and sore, I was like, I need to go 2 more. Give me 2 more guys. And then I ran. I went out of the gym with my head down, thinking I was terrible. I think right around kind of maybe like the Rampage fight, we kind of dialed it back a little bit, and it kind of kept my body healthy. And we still put in a lot of hard work, but we were smart about it. And I felt the best, I felt. And in particular, this camp is kind of the only thing I haven't done in a fight really is taper more and kind of let my body heal up and be more fresh, where you're going out in that octagon instead of kind of feeling like, okay, it's finally here, I'm so glad training camp is over. More like go in there and be fired up and your body's feeling good. And so we started tapering last week a little bit, and my body is refreshed already. I feel like I want to get in there and compete instead of, okay, the hard part's finally over, now I get to fight. So that's I really haven't done that in my MMA career, and I've never felt awesome out there. I've never felt like, and that's maybe part of it just because it's live and it's a new guy, but I've never felt like I walked out of that octagon and said, that's me as a fighter. And so this is the only thing I haven't done, taper a little early, so I'm trying that, and so far it's been awesome.
Good. Now we got to talk about rate cut though too, because that's actually the last little bit that's got to happen. And there's been a lot of stuff that's come out lately over long-term effects on boxers. The savage weight cut that they would do, and obviously you have to put wrestlers into that same mind frame because we would, Tuesday night we got to make weight, Thursday night we got to make weight, and Saturday, morning we got to make weight, and it's just like always that battle. Now college wrestling changed the rules, moved everything up 7 pounds, and now it's an hour before weigh-in, which changes how guys cut weight. MMA still is in the how it's set. You make weight the night before, and you fight 24, sometimes 36 hours later. Are you like? What's your weight right now?
I'm good. I'm 217 right now, 218, and so I've never had a problem. So the IV ban, all that kind of stuff, which goes into effect for our fight in October. I never get IVs anyway. I have it down where literally I start thinking about like on Tuesday before we're out ready to go. My body just kind of knows and starts shedding that weight, and I watch my sodium intake the week of, and literally I'm eating, I'll probably eat a tiny dinner like, the day before weigh-ins and just get up, do my sauna, little mitts with the little suit on, and then cut that 5 pounds and I'm good to go. So that's one thing is good too, with this whole thing as far as tapering down and making your workouts a little more, intense, but bring down the volume. And for me, it works out perfectly.
Have you noticed it's easier to cut weight tapering down a little bit than it was in the past, like 3 years ago when you were overtrained?
Oh yeah, and I remember having to cut weight, and I would hit mitts, and because I didn't want to go in the sauna, really I would, but it drained me. I'd hit mitts, and then I would be dead after that. My muscles would be real tight and feel like I had no legs, like I had no strength in my legs, and so doing this and having the energy and getting it in there and doing a hard push and getting your glycogen depleted, and then everything that comes with it, the science with that, and I'm drinking water all the way up till the day before and everything too, and so we just got it down. So for me, it's not like I'm starting camp at 250. I'm starting camp at 225, and that just comes off, obviously with all the work we do and we put in, and then I'm at a base weight, and then I just cut that water.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a lot easier and it sounds like it's a lot smarter. And what are you, 33 right now? 32?
I'm just turned 32.
Okay, yeah. So it's not like you're not
Yeah.
24, so you can't go out all night and get up all day, but
Yeah.
you're definitely getting smart about it. It sounds like you've got a plan put together to be in the sport for a lot longer than a lot of the other guys. Like it seems like you're looking at it like this is not going to be something I'm doing for like 3 or 4 more years. This is something I'll be doing for like 10 more years. Is that kind of the feeling that you have right now?
Yeah, it depends. For me, I get bored easily too, and and 10 more years, that's a long time. For me, if I'm looking at it, I see myself fighting, when I'm 36, 37, depending on what else I got going on. I have some other things coming up that, business wise that, I'm not transitioning or anything like that, but I'm trying to set up other stuff. So when I am done, when my mind is done, when I don't want to go to the gym and I don't want to compete, I can fall back on something else and not have to worry about what I'm going to do next. But I still have that hunger and that desire, and I'm going to continue to have that. And when I don't, that's when I'm going to kind of call it quits. I'm not going to go out there and one more paycheck, kind of deal. When I don't have that love for it, I don't have that love for that training. When every day is a chore to go to the gym, that's when it's going to be it for me. So I can't really put a time frame. I know I do want to fight 4 or 5 more years for sure. Into that 10, when you're 40, and then you got to transition to something else, I don't know. So we'll see. It's all about just my mindset.
Let's talk about Rashad Evans. That's
Yeah.
obviously the reason why we're having this conversation. He's had his ups and downs. You've had your ups and downs. It's
Yep.
it's both are great wrestlers. It's not like this is on paper. It's pretty easy to break down each of you.
Yeah.
If I'm in your camp, I can break down Rashad for you. If I'm in Rashad's
Yeah.
camp, I can break down you for him. So it's very easy to kind of see how this fight's going to go. But from your take, mind you, I'm on the couch watching it on TV.
Yeah.
You're actually going to be in there. What's it been like trying to prep for Rashad?
Rashad, he brings some different things to the table, especially in our weight class. He's very quick. He'll come out and he's hard to hit. He'll come in and then he'll get out. He's kind of like Phil Davis in that kind of sense where he can flee very quickly, and he seems like he's always out of the way. And he has that quickness to get back in and throw his jabs or throw his, that overhand right, and he likes to get you on the fence and throw multiple shots, and he's good at transitioning into takedowns and then coming back up and throwing. Like you saw in the Dan Henderson fight and all that. But for me, I don't get caught up in overthinking stuff. I don't. You can get caught up in that whole thing where you're sitting in the hotel room, before a fight and everything, thinking what he's going to do, what I'm going to do. You can't. You got to react in there. You got to just go back to where you're training. So we've drilled tons of combos. What we're going to do as far as like a game plan in the fight and kind of the fight pace. And for us, I just feel like we're in different times in our careers right now. I'm hungry. I want that. I'm 4-fight win streak. Nothing better for me than end that win streak with a guy like Rashad Evans with a name like that. That maybe that's what I need to get that next title shot. Former champion, a guy that people know and is a marker. Because they know how good he is. You go out there and beat him. They said, okay, you deserve that next shot or whatnot. And so for me, I just feel like we're in different kind of just times. He's been there, he's done that, he's had the championship, he's coming off 2 ACL surgeries, and jumping right into a training camp, which we all know that a training camp is very, very hard on your body and what you need to do to prepare for that fight. And for him coming off right from a knee surgery into that training camp, he's either going to get hurt if he's training like he needs to be because your body's not used to it, or he has to pull back and do what he can to make it to the fight. And then in your head, you're thinking, man, I haven't done this in 2 years. Is my body ready? How am I going to, perform? Is it going to be the same kind of deal as it was 2 years ago? So there's a lot of stuff in his head, but I'm expecting the best Rashad. I'm not counting on anything. I'm counting on the best Rashad out there, the one that won the championship. And I look to go out there and beat him, and then go move on to my next goal. But my goal right now is to go out there and beat Rashad Evans.
And for the folks at home, Rashad's last fight was Chael Sonnen. That was back in November of 2013. So it'll be almost 2 years to the day when you guys fight that he hasn't competed. That's a long time. And even for an experienced guy like him, ring rust is 100% going to be a factor. Yeah. Adding in the ACL surgery, there's going to be some, like you said, it's one way or the other. Yeah. He either hurts himself or has to pull back.
Yeah, that's the thing. And, I've been that whole time when he's been out, he hasn't just been out and just been training. He can't train, he have torn ACL. I've been out winning, fighting guys like Phil Davis, like OSP, Fei Zhao, and I've been training that whole time. And then, let alone that, I've been training for Cormier, for that June fight, and then thinking I was going to get that title shot too. I've been training since that Phil Davis fight in January. So from February through right now, I've been going hard, thinking I have fights, and they're pulling them away, whatever happened. And I'll take a little time off, as far as like a week maybe, and then get right back almost into another training camp. So I'm hungry. I've been training this whole time, waiting to compete. And so now it's finally here. I'm healthy, and I get to finally do it.
Ryan, thanks so much for coming on. I know it's a Sunday for you and it's family day, but I appreciate it because I know it's tough for you to get time with your family, especially during training camp. And you do a couple minutes with us here at MMAOddsBreaker, and that really means a lot to me because I know how important your family is. So I really appreciate it. I just want to make sure you know that. And get back to your family, man. Have fun.
Thanks, buddy. Anything for you.
You got it, bud. I'll talk to you soon.
See you soon.